I didn't listen to that voicemail. I'll tear open that letter you sent. Don't you tell your friends I want you back. I gotta leave you now and unread, because you've already said those words that switch my heart to dead from loving you. So you'll stay ghosted and I'll stay focused. I'm so enclosed. The spell stays unspoken. A dark silhouette of a marked man and broken. Right down. I didn't listen to that voicemail. A TikTok, that story you sent. Don't you reel me in to get me back. I'm gonna leave you now.
That's not bad.
I like it.
That was a pretty good commercial.
It makes me want some barbecue.
Good job, Canva.
Right?
That was awesome. I got to give a huge shout out to Christian Basil. He was at Sci-Fi Bartow. Space Coast Comic Con.
Oh, that's right.
This past weekend, and he was slinging some KitchenKillaz barbecue sauce, and little by little on Saturday he sold almost half of it, and then on Sunday he sent me a shot of an empty shelf. Everything was nice. Gone. So huge shout out to Christian Basil, legendary traveling TARDIS.
Amazing man.
Right? I love Christian, man. He's such a cool dude.
Right.
And it was awesome. I mean, they had upwards of 70 vendors out there. I got to talk to Jake and Dave, the founders, the creators, the operators. It was really good to see those guys again. You know, they had some awesome food trucks out there. It was awesome. I got a brand new coffee cup to take with me, where they do boba, all different types of boba, and all the proceeds go to an animal shelter that helps take care of cats.
Oh, okay.
So they help kitties, and they both stepped into this a couple of years ago. They've had their truck right now, well, not truck, but like a trailer for a year. And they want a brick and mortar place, and they're getting closer. So all the proceeds go there, which I thought was really great. It was really great to see that. So what's up, everybody? Hope you guys are having a good Monday. Thank you for joining us on this Monday evening. It is halfway through June already, which is crazy.
Yes.
Halfway through the halfway point. Halfway through the halfway point of 2025.
Yep.
That's not bad. We're getting there, man. How was your weekend? Would you get into? What kind of trouble did you find yourself bouncing around in? Yeah,
I cleaned a lot.
It makes me feel comfortable.
Yes.
Like it settles my anxiety sometimes. I'm like, I'm gonna clean something, and then I feel.
That's what I do. What do I do when we're having conversations? I clean every day. We can talk for however long as I can clean.
Yeah, 100%. You know, it's I think there's something therapeutic for me personally. Like, it's just a little sense of, what do they call that? Retail therapy for people who like to buy stuff.
Yes.
You know, I'm like cleaning therapy. You know, where it just makes me feel a little better. And plus, I get to see, like the great Commodore loved to mow the lawn, because he liked to see the before and after.
Yes.
He loved it.
He was so funny when he first taught me how to mow the lawn. He's like, "Don't you just want a cold beverage now?"
Yeah. Yeah, once you're done, he would crack open a beer, and he would just look upon his domain. Yep. Look at that. It's beautiful. Look at the edging over there. It's
so
wonderful.
Proud of it.
Yes, it's good. His attention to detail is flawless. Really good. So yeah, it's I feel the same way. Saturday I got to go and hang out with Christian Basil over at Space Coast Comic Con, which was really great. Again, a huge shout out to Jake and David for putting a great convention together, and he was slinging some barbecue sauce. I got to see some friends. You know how conventions are. It's like a family reunion.
Oh, absolutely.
And you see some people you really only see at conventions.
Yeah, that's when you meet them.
That's where you meet them. That's where you see them. It's like where the bond is. So that was really cool. I had a really good time. And then yesterday I went with Barbara Fair Myers, the producer of our show at Fringe this past year, just about a month ago, actually. Yeah, just about a month ago.
Yeah.
So we were in the Valley of the Bobby Dolls, and it was produced by Tacoma Road Productions, which is Barbara. And part of that cast was Lacey Patton, who she does acting, as well as Aaron Brenna does acting, Billy Mick does acting, of course, Tracy and Bill.
Yes.
Bill acts 3-4 times a week. He's got shows all the time, and so it was nice to be able to kind of be among such an eclectic collection of thespians. And Lacey performed in another play out in Eustis yesterday at the Hideaway, and it was called The Importance of Being Earnest. which is really fantastic. So
Oscar Wilde.
Yeah, Oscar Wilde. So Barbara Fair Myers and I went out there and got to see a really cool play. They did a great job. The acting was superb. The costuming was great. The set changes were really, really good. And it was nice to be out. It was good to see Barbara again. It was nice to hang out. So it was nice. And then, of course, cleaning, straightening things up, putting the things at 90-degree angles around the house.
Help was definitely needed.
Laundry and, there to I'm a staging person, I like setting things up. Other people Jay liked to clean things, and I like to stage things. He didn't like doing staging. He didn't care. He was like, I just wanted to be clean. And I get that.
Yep.
No problem. So I support that 100%. So it was nice. We got a good team here. Tyler Garrettson making it happen, which is always good. He's taken the reins in regards to some hefty things around here. He's really
yard out last week.
Yeah, he's integrated himself pretty well. Taking care of the kitchen, knocking out. We're running a machine here, folks. We're running a machine here. It's like a business.
It is like a business.
It is like a business. Plus every other Friday or so we have people over for a show. This Friday we're going to have people over for a show. Our good friends Natalia and Casey will be coming over.
So excited for them.
So listen, guys, we're gonna go easy on Natalia and Casey this Friday. It's a nice, easy show in the kitchen, but this is one of Natalia's first times for a show. She made some empanadas one time. I think she joined us for a second in the chair.
Yeah.
We talked to her for a short period of time. But on Friday night, nice, easy show, nice, chill. We want to integrate Natalia, make her feel warm and cuddly and lovely, and make Casey, her husband, or help him to feel relaxed and comfy.
Yeah.
In a good environment. He is a superb musician. All right, he's a superb musician. He plays beautiful guitar. I even have a recording of a beautiful song he wrote on this very computer that you're watching this on. So I'm trying to take it nice and easy and get Casey gently involved in the show. In the show, give him a fun platform. So we're going to have a small show here on Friday, nice and easy going. We're going to have Natalia and Casey. Both are incredible cooks. Yes. Natalia has made some delicious food. She is a Latin queen. She creates some fantastic food. Casey creates everything, always and all the time. That
the
dude
food
can
he brought over on Memorial Day, absolutely out of this world.
What was that, like a sweet and sour chicken that he made with I said, where'd this recipe come from? He goes, I don't know, there's just stuff in the fridge. I just go into the fridge and I put stuff together. So he does it, and he has made some absolutely amazing foods. And Natalia has brought me food a couple times, and Casey likes to see your face when you eat it. So when I understand this, and Natalia, she's like, listen, he's weird. And I go, no, I get it.
No, I get it.
He wants to see your reaction when you eat the food. That's his thing. He wants to see how you react to it. And he's brought in some amazing food. The Memorial Day party, he brought that sweet and sour chicken.
Taste tester.
I told Natalia, I said, man, I bet you guys eat good all the time. She was like, he just loves to create. And it's not even a chore for him. He just loves to do it. You just unleash him, in the refrigerator. We might actually do the same concept one time. Be like, hey, man, whatever's in here. You don't have to have a recipe or anything. But Natalia and Casey, they're putting something together delicious for this Friday. From my understanding, we were teasing some appetizers, some entrees. Maybe even a bit of a sweet treat, which would be really good. Yeah, because you've had Natalia's empanadas, and then you've had Casey's sweet and sour chicken that he made, which was
both delicious. Yeah,
we had some really good food on Memorial Day. Really, really good stuff. That was awesome. A lot of people contributed to some delicious foods. Which is super exciting. It was a lot of fun. So this Friday we're going to have Casey and Natalia, and we're not going to do a show from this studio. We're going to do a show OG, old school, baby.
Kitchen.
From the kitchen. That's one of the reasons I knocked down this wall. Listen, knocking down this wall, if you guys have not been here for a while, you'll see this massive renovation that happened in here. And when I first walked into the house, when I very first time ever that I ever walked into this house to even look to buy it, one of my first questions was, is that a load-bearing wall? And he goes, you want to knock it down, don't you? I'm like, I do. He's like, I was thinking of doing it. So we did it so we can have shows in the kitchen. So this Friday, that's where we're going to be. OG style, guerrilla warfare, guerrilla tactics, guerrilla style, guerrilla grassroots. I don't know. But there's a term for it. Taking it back to basic, right back to basic. Plus, we're working with Natalia and Casey, which are relatively new. To our community. They've been in the background many times. Casey's been to several shows, as has Natalia. But they are both rock stars in their own right.
Yes.
And they're absolutely fantastic, and they're just incredible people. I love Natalia and Casey. They're so sweet, and they're so loving and supportive, and it's great to see them. They're a great team. They got great kids. They did a great job.
Besides, she still has my clothes.
That's right. That's right. So Friday you can catch Natalia and Casey. We're going to be here. Then the Menendezes they'll be here on Friday. Which is really good. I got to talk to Natalia a little bit today. So today we figure we do a little bit of a weekly wrap-up, which we haven't done one of these in a while. Normally we do community conversations because we're talking to the chefs and creators that are going to be with us on Friday. But again, we're trying to ease Natalia and Casey into this. I didn't want to overload them with, you have 4 shows in 1 week. We'll just take it easy. It's okay. Just Friday night is fine with me. So I said, okay, we'll go backwards from Monday. So yesterday was Sunday. Happy Father's Day. To all the dads out there. Papa Floyd, happy Father's Day. I'm glad we got to catch up yesterday. Did you get to talk to your dad yesterday for a little bit?
I did talk to my dad.
How's he doing?
He's good.
Love him.
Good. They just booked their January cruise.
Where were they?
Australia
and New Zealand. Oh, goodness gracious.
And now they're going to Athens.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, man, my parents have been to Greece. They speak extremely highly. Are you talking about Athens, Georgia, or Athens, Greece?
Greece.
I assumed.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
They're doing another cruise.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. You're retired, your kids are raised, I'm out.
My dad asked me how work was doing, and I was like, it's going.
Yeah.
It's work. And he's like, my work is great.
Yeah. My work is fantastic. It's my favorite job I've ever had.
Yeah.
That's it. Me and the wife, we just cruise around the world, and we went to what did you say? Australia, New Zealand.
Yep.
And now they're going to Athens.
Yep.
Get out. The food. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh man, the food has to be absolutely fantastic. So it's yes, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. We have a dad here. He's actually on the phone right now, I think, with his lovely family, saying hello to his daughter Diana. It's good to see you, Diana. So we love Tyler. And all the dads. Mike Conway, great dad. Jeffrey Lerner, great dad. Like Bill Keevan, fantastic dad. We got a lot of rock stars in here that are just incredibly fantastic fathers. Chris Chapman, a relatively new dad. Relatively new. I think this is his second Father's Day. His first Father's Day happened just a couple months after Loden was born.
Yeah, so just tiny baby.
Yeah, just
now
a tiny little baby.
Now he's a toddler almost.
Bro, right? Reese Peacock, another good friend of ours, fantastic dad, and very patient individuals. These are very patient men. Nori Baird having a son like Sam Baird. Sam is an absolute rock star. So it's been
fun to watch Sam grow up.
Oh, 100%. Oh my goodness gracious, right? And Landon Nolan too. Rowan Demeter too. I was thinking we've known these guys for 8 years. Mm-hmm. We've known Rowan for half of his life.
Oh, it's so weird to think of it that way because he's so young, but he was so little.
And now he's huge. He's got to be 6'1". Like he's
so tall.
He's a big guy. Bill Keevan, another fantastic dad. Nathan Druin, another fantastic dad. So we hope all you guys, all the fathers out there, all the father figures out there, all the uncles. Chef Eric, happy Father's Day, bro. Hope you guys, Chef Eric, check it out. You see these? I'm putting a barbecue sauce commercial together, and if it's cool with you, I'm gonna have your logo, your Voodoo Chef logo, in the bottom of the end of the video. I was looking at it today, but I was telling Michelle I need a PNG. I'm gonna create that tomorrow, and then we better drop that down in there along with some shark craft as well, which is gonna be super cool. A little legend, a little traveling TARDIS, have all of our partners that we work with on the bottom.
Yep,
which would be super super cool. And how long have we known each other, BFF? Oh man, 2020, I think 2020. Oh, yeah, they put the comments up there. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
Oh.
Yeah, they put the comments up there now.
Right.
So, yeah, man, tiny. I think 2020. I think Voodoo Valentine, I think was the first time that we that's when I met Nathan Drew, and I think that's one of the first times we met in person was Voodoo Valentine, which was awesome. That was 2020. Yeah, because that was just pre-COVID. Pre-COVID. Like, we were a month away, and then the whole world shut down and went crazy. And we were at a distillery for Voodoo Valentine, which is super freaking cool, man. Great time. So I hope you had a good Father's Day yesterday, Chef Eric. Yes. I do. Happy Dad's Day, happy Father's Day. I'm sure you were presented with a lap of luxury for your loved ones. They served you breakfast in bed, with massages and delicious foods and, I don't know, a brand new guitar maybe. Yes. It's a Daddy Voodoo.
Never have enough.
Yeah, Voodoo Daddy. Wasn't that a band? I think that was a band, Voodoo Daddy.
Big bad Voodoo Daddies.
Big Bad Voodoo Daddies. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, BFF. Yeah, so some of you that means best friends forever, but to Erica means something a little bit different. It's just not 9:30 yet, So, but yeah, yesterday was fun, and it was nice to catch up with Papa Floyd. Him and Mama Floyd were actually in Baltimore to celebrate Aunt Nellie's 99th birthday, which happens tomorrow. 99 years old, and they do a party every year.
Yep.
She's actually going to do a 6-month party down here in Florida because she has Aunt Nellie has a fan fair in Florida. Everybody loves Nellie, so every time that she comes down here, the whole crew comes together. Because what's not to love about Nellie? She's fantastic. So I think she's doing a 6-month birthday when she's down here. I think that's in is January or something like that?
June.
Yeah, I think she's coming down. I think she's coming down in January, and she goes back in March.
Yeah.
So it's either January or February, but she's going to do a 6-month when she's 99 years and 6 months old. 6 months before the 100.
Yeah. Yeah. That's when people start getting in the news for their age.
Bro. And Nellie's not even looking at slowing down, man. She's rock and rolling. She says to me yesterday, I was talking to her on the phone on Saturday, and I said, how's it feel? I'm pretty good at this. This is 37, right? I'm pretty good with ages. She goes, oh, even if you switch the numbers around, to be 73 again. I had to think about that. To be 73 again. And then this is coming from Nellie Gosnell, who turns 99 tomorrow.
99.
To be 73 again. And she speaks of it as if that was so long ago for her and she was so young. 73. Yeah. And I'm 45. So I go, man, I'm still 30 years away from being the age she wishes that she could be, which was 20 years younger. And we're 30 years away from there.
Yep.
It's hard to appreciate.
That's almost half your life again.
Right. It's hard to, when they say, appreciate the moments. There's only to a certain degree that you can appreciate the moment when you're in the moment, because hindsight provides that additional understanding and clarity after you've already left the moment.
Yeah. When you go back to the moment, you're like,
yeah. Like I don't want to be 25 again. I'm good. 25 was tough for me. I'm glad I made it to 45.
My 20s again. No way.
I'm glad I made it to 45. I'm happy I made it out alive.
Yeah.
I got out of my 20s and my 30s. Man, statistically, we're doing great. So it was such an interesting perspective that she gave me immediately when she was like, to be 73 again. And I went, hold up. You just messed me up. I got to think about that.
You're like, wait a minute.
Hold on a second. I got to process this real quick, because there's a lot to learn right here in that small little statement. Mm-hmm. I've been thinking about it since she told me on Saturday. I haven't stopped thinking about it. What perspective?
It will sit with me for a minute.
To be 73 again, right? Right? She probably looks at us and she's like, yo, babies.
I know.
Yo, little babies.
The way we look at Landon and Rowan.
The way we look at Landon and Rowan. Rowan said the other day, I forget what it was. We were talking about a movie, and he's like, yeah, that's an old movie. I go, bro, that's from the 80s. He goes, 80s, 70s, 60s, it's all the same. I go, not even close. That's not even remotely close. He goes, well, let me ask you, are the 20s, 30s, and 40s relatively the same? And I go, from perspective, yes. I can look at it being born in 79 and look back at the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Yeah, they're the same because they're so close and they're so long ago for me.
Yep.
Well, the 70s, 80s, and 90s were so long ago for Rowan. Mm-hmm. He wasn't even anything. He was a glistening in his dad and mom's eyes. Like that's all. So it was interesting perspective.
Yeah, I learned Blink 182 is considered classic rock now. I used ChatGPT to verify that is true.
Blink 182 is considered classic rock. That must be not a style. It must be a time. Classic rock is considered music that is 30 years and older.
Yeah, ChatGPT told me that it was what we considered as classic rock is now. Yeah.
Oof. My goodness gracious, yes. Classic rock is generally considered a radio format in a broad term encompassing rock music from the mid-'60s to the early 1990s. Yep, that would Blink 182.
Yep.
God damn it.
And like kids these days would be like, I can see my dad listening to that.
I can see my dad listening to that. Like, cool, man. What do the kids listen to these days? I don't know. I like referring to them as kids, though. It's fun. I was watching Gran Torino yesterday with Clint Eastwood.
Okay, yeah.
Get off my lawn. Like, he's just fantastic. He's really, really good. If you guys haven't seen Gran Torino, great movie. Great movie. A lot of insight and perspective with that movie, but really, really good. Christian Basil, what's up, my man? Christian Basil says, the first time I heard that the 80s were classic music, I was tempted to wrap my car around a tree. How is Van Halen classic? Listen, don't wrap your. We need you, Christian Basil. We need you,
Yes.
Christian Basil. Also, congratulations on a successful Space Coast Comic Con. I think he has Ancient City Comic Con coming up in just a couple of weeks. I went to visit Christian on Saturday. It was good to see you, dude. It was good to hang out. I eat a lot of food. As soon as I got there, I didn't see Christian at the table, and they were like, "I think he's getting food." I was like, "Yeah, yes, let's get some food." So I went out there, and he got these awesome steak skewers, which he couldn't eat all of, so he gave me one, and I also got like on my own meal, which was also really great. Then I went out and I got a boba. They had 16 ounces or 24 ounces, and I was like, "Give me 16 ounces. I'm not coming back." No, I lied. I said, give me 24 hours. 24 hours. Give me 24 ounces. If you give me 16, I'm going to drink it now, and I'm just going to have you refill it. Because I got to go. Yep. But it was absolutely awesome. I eat a lot when I go to those things. I love those festivals. I'm like, bro, just give me all the food. I don't care.
All of it.
It's good to see everybody, but also. And he sold every bit of barbecue sauce he had. Every freaking bottle. Congratulations, dude. Thank you very much, Christian. I'm super happy, man. I was really happy to see your setup. Super impressive, bro. Really proud of you, man. And he's been working so hard on Legend of Traveling TARDIS. I mean, this guy just hits milestone after milestone after milestone on YouTube.
It's fantastic.
You know, he's a hard worker, man. Food trucks do rule. You know, so Legend of Traveling TARDIS, Christian Basil actually had a really great elevator pitch for the barbecue sauce as well. It included Voodoo Chef Foundation, where a percentage of it goes, where it comes from, the recipe, Chef Eric. Like, he did great. I heard him giving the spiel when I was on the phone with him. We were working out the credit card thing. Somebody came up and he like gives the elevator pitch. He knocked it out of the park, dude. Great.
Nice.
Great. He hit all the things, you know.
So I need to spend some time learning from Christian Basil.
So Chef Eric is in here. Chef Eric, Christian Basil. Christian Basil was slinging the Voodoo Chef barbecue sauce, bro. So for those of you that don't know, we partner with Voodoo Chef Foundation out of Tampa. This is a Voodoo Chef barbecue sauce that was developed and dreamed up by the great Chef Eric Youngs. You know, so we partnered with them. A portion of this does go to the Voodoo Chef Foundation, which provides grants and scholarships to culinary students in Hillsborough County. You know, which is super cool. We try to give back, baby. We have beehives, a lot of bees, Billy, beehives, and barbecue sauce. That's not bad. That's good. I can.
Yeah.
Billy's beehives and barbecue sauce. Inspirato. We had a good weekend. What else were you up to this weekend aside from cleaning? I know you had to do something fun.
What did I do? I went and hung out with Mecca a little bit. He had an event going on.
I like
went
Mecca.
And hung out with him for.
He always introduces us to good food.
Yes.
Always, man. He's a bargain shopper too.
That fish and wings place was awesome.
Dude. Yes. The fish was fantastic. The wings were great. I was like, bro, I need some more of these. These are amazing.
Yeah.
You know, they were really, really good. And what was that place called? Fish and Wings?
Fish and wings.
Just keep it simple. What do you guys have? Fish and wings. What's it called? Fish and Wings. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Great. Do you guys have milkshakes? They might, but I'm just saying it's funny. Everyone loved the sauce, not a single critic. The sauce sold itself. Good. Yeah, we got a lot of really great feedback. There were some people that were a little standoffish. They weren't sure, and I get it. You know, like, you don't know us. You don't know what we put in our sauce. You know, it really is just delicious barbecue sauce. But you know, the world's a crazy place.
And a convention's like the perfect place to sell something like that. But at the same time, people are going to be like,
barbecue sauce at a convention? This is interesting.
At a traveling TARDIS?
Yeah, with Doctor Who? I'm confused. Which is why it works. That's why it's brilliant. Christian was like...
it draws the confusion.
Yeah, Christian was like, we're the only traveling TARDIS show with a barbecue sponsor. We are unique. You know, but it was really good. We got another case where you're ready to rock and roll, Christian. Let me know. We'll get it squared away. And I appreciate all the help, man. I know Eric does as well. Voodoo Chef Foundation does as well. KitchenKillaz does as well. Yes. And that's one of the things Christian said to me on Saturday, and we were talking. He goes, bro, this has always been what I've wanted to do, like work with all of our friends. All of our friends have projects and they have podcasts and they have things that they're pushing and things they believe in. He's like, just to bring everybody together and work together, like, there's just so much competition and there's really no need for it. There's enough cake for everybody, you know, like we can all have cake. You know, and it's like one of those things where it's like, you know, there was a picture I saw a long time ago, and it was 4 people sitting around a fire, and there was a bowl of soup. There was like a wok of, or a big, what do you want to call it, thing of soup, you know? A vat. We'll go with a vat. There was a vat of soup, but all their spoons were really long, and they couldn't get the soup and eat the soup at the same time. They weren't able to do it because the spoons were so long. But they realized, I could take soup and feed it to you. You could take soup and feed it to that person, and we can all eat. And it's like, yes, that's how to keep it simple, baby. That's it. That's it right there. Blows my mind that KK anniversary is just 2 months away, right?
Oh, my goodness.
We're nearing the end of the 8th season, dudes. We're coming into season 9. Man, now it just feels like it's just what we do.
Yeah.
Like now we're just cruising, man. Now we're just cruising. Really, really excited. And Christian brings it up. I'm proud to be the only Doctor Who podcast sponsored by barbecue sauce.
Where it is a badge of honor.
Yes, sir. So yeah, man. Mecca's super cool. Good food. Wings and fish.
Yep.
I want to get some food from that place again. We were when I was out at Space Coast this past week. My buddy Dan was out there. Dan the Spider-Man, fantastic cosplayer, absolutely incredible.
Is this the Spider-Man that I know?
I don't know. A couple of Spider-Mans. No, maybe. The one who always comes up to MegaCon and sees us every day? No.
Yeah. Okay.
Dan the Spider-Man, Dan wore a KitchenKillaz hoodie, Sci-Fi Bartow, a couple of years ago, and he went and sported it. He's got like the dreads. He's kind of the bodybuilder guy. I love Dan. He's awesome. Great armor work. All right. So we were talking. He goes at Space Coast. He's like, can I borrow you for a minute? I go, yeah. What's going on, man? He's like, we're all trying to talk. How can we make this a little bit bigger next year? We want to do more presentation with the cosplay thing. And he's like, bro, I thought right away, like, man, we need to have Billy involved. We need to get KitchenKillaz involved, man. Would you be down to like play some music on stage? We're thinking of getting stage, and like maybe you could do your thing. Play music, but do. Like the thing you do.
Do the thing.
Yeah.
Be you.
I was like,
you be you on stage.
You go be you. And I was like, bro, awesome, rock and roll, man. I hadn't been to Space Coast in a while. Just life happens, man, and it moves and grooves and changes, and you blink your eyes, a couple of years gone by. Rowan's now 16, which is crazy. So it's but it was a lot of fun this weekend. We were talking about. I said, man, from a stage with the food trucks. I was like, bro, we'll feature all the food truck food.
Yeah,
like all the food trucks that are there. Hell yeah, man. And they had some good food. They had some good stuff. I'm a hot dog guy. And so, like, I met this couple. They have a hot dog stand. They've had it for 2 years. They had a bar, two. They had a bar and restaurant and a bar for 15 years. They ran this. Okay. And then COVID happened. Done. Both of them started to crash immediately. They knew it. They got out. They saved themselves. They got out of the business. They did everything they needed to do, and then they started a little hot dog food truck. And that's what they do. They just make hot dogs.
Oh, and that's so fun.
That's it. And a bunch of different hot dogs.
Fun.
I was like, good for you guys. They go, yeah. And I go, you guys got this down pat because you know the labor, you know everything. It's just the two of you. Yeah. They go, yeah, we can go everywhere. No liquor license, no problems that a bar would have. Nothing like that. Yeah. I said, good for you guys, and it was fantastic. It was like a cheese stuffed homemade sausage. Okay. And I put spicy mustard and then ketchup, and then they had like a homemade jalapeno kind of like red pepper relish. Okay. Outstanding. That was so good. And I'm not a huge spicy fan. I was like, let me try it. It had a little bit of kick to it, but it was out of this world. When I went out to get the boba, I passed them on the way by. I was like, bro. Not only was that hot dog amazing, but that jalapeno sauce. Chili relish was out of this world. Really, really good. And they go, oh, it's brown sugar, it's vinegar, and they just layered out the whole thing. I was like, you guys have a card? I was like, we need to talk. We need to be friends.
We need to be friends.
We need to be friends. But yeah, that would be super cool to go to Space Coast next year. Yeah. Jump up on the stage and feature all the food trucks. And all the charities because they're all donating to somebody. Which is super, super cool, man. But it was fun. We had a good time, and it was the food was really, really good. I want to find that wings and fish place. That was outstanding.
It's seriously less than 5 minutes away.
That was really, really good. Is it a standalone? Is it in another place?
It's kind of, on Forest City where the gas station closed down? Yes. It's in that strip mall.
Oh, okay. They have a brick and mortar place, or is it just like a?
It's a brick and mortar.
They got
place.
A smoker. Yeah.
I'm not sure. You just walk in and it's got a very small, maybe 6 tables.
Oh, that's all you need. Yeah. Yeah. I would imagine a lot of people are going in, grabbing it, and bouncing. They're going and doing pickup.
They do online orders too, so you can order online and go pick it up. And if we order right now, by the time we got there, it would be ready for you. So you'd go in, you'd pick up.
It was really, really good. I think you were like, hey, I have this left over. Do you want these wings and fish? I'm like, yep. What's up, Nori Baird? We're just talking about you. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Nori Baird. Happy Father's Day, Nathan Druin. Thank you guys for joining us. Happy Father's Day, Chef Eric. Yep. Thank you guys very, very much for spending some time with us tonight. Appreciate it. We have our friends Natalia and Casey coming in on Friday. And we're just talking about the weekend. How was your weekend? What did you guys get into? What was fun and exciting for you? For Michelle, it was kicking it with Mecca, cleaning, and delicious food. It sounds like. It sounds
Delicious
like relaxing.
food. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice and easy, man. Nothing. It's so hot outside.
Yeah, it was hot.
God. It's 100 degrees on Saturday. I'm like, who does this?
It was that hot on Sunday. It's
only June.
To Backyard Burgers.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We went and got him a turkey burger there, and just standing outside waiting for him to call our name. I was like,
Lose 5 pounds.
I'm so sticky right now. I just want to go home and shower again.
I've only been outside for 5 minutes. Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
that's the way it works. This past Friday, we did a replay of Mike and Phaedra's show, which was a lot of fun, by the way. Dude,
Yes.
Lachlan cracked me up with the pillows. That kid was cracking me up. I was making a joke that he was going to do a backflip. And like, my man Evil Knievel went in his room and, like, got a huge shirt and, like, stuffed the front with a pillow.
It was a huge Nathan Druin shirt.
It was a swamp shark craft.
Yeah.
Swamp shark craft swamped. Damn it. I have it somewhere.
We just had it up there.
We just had it up there. Yeah, it was one of Nate's shirts. It was huge.
Yeah, it was one of Nate's shirts.
It was huge. He put a pillow in the front of it, underneath the shirt,
And
and
straight
he put
up
one
the
behind
back.
it.
He was
Bro.
going to do a backflip.
He came
was
out ready to
gonna
go.
do it.
He came out ready to rock and roll. I got to give a huge shout out to Lachlan. That was so funny. That was
I should
so
have helped
hilarious.
him do like a handspring
a
or
little-
something where I spotted him the
Yeah,
whole
just
time.
spotted him,
'cause I
kinda
could
lifted
spot
over.
him. I
Yeah.
know how to do that.
He would do it too. He'd try. He was ready to go. I like
He
Lachlan.
was
He's like,
so
I'm ready to
ready.
rock. Let's do this. I was like, bro, you're serious. Like, that's going to be awesome, man. Thank you for the Father's Day, Billy and Michelle. Heck yeah, man. Thank you, dude.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being so good to us and such good friends to us. And
Yeah.
thank you for being such a good dad and for being such a good inspiration, a hard worker to the people around you. I mean, dude, I don't know anybody else that got in a fight with an alligator and won, dude. Like,
Right?
You're the only one I've ever met that punched an alligator in the head. Probably saved somebody's life.
I'm pretty sure he did.
I'm pretty sure he did. I feel like Luke saves our lives every time the Amazon guy comes. Like that photo the other day.
absolutely.
That was so funny. Like, he's like looking in the mirror.
I had to steal it from Christian to send it to you.
That was so
I had
funny.
to.
I'm like, man, I'm putting this in ChatGPT. We're going to make this look like Luke right away. We're going to make this look like Luke immediately. And they did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
ChatGPT did pretty good. You gave me a good photo. We used that, and it grabbed like the little bandana, and it
And
grabbed like
the
the collar and
collar and
everything. It was
everything.
awesome. They did a great job. So we did have a replay last Thursday. I was on TikTok for a little bit, which was really nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to be back again. With Fringe out of the way and like starting to fall back into it. I like
rhythm.
I like streaming on TikTok. It's a completely different crowd.
Yeah.
Which is totally different. Which
Yeah.
is super cool. So it was Wednesday. We had a really good Patreon show. Thank you guys for hanging out. I didn't win. He got my pinky. I did get it. I didn't get his tail. Well, we need to find that son of a bitch. We
Well,
need
we
to
gotta
find out
fix
where
that.
he is. We got to fix that. We got to go after him, bro. We're down.
Yep.
We're going gator hunting. On Wednesday we had a good Patreon show. It was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for joining us for Patreon. And then, on Monday was the rebroadcast of Mike and Phaedra's community conversation. And Phaedra's so good. She's like, I don't want to be on camera, but she's so cute. And I don't want to be on camera.
She does so good.
And she speaks so well, and she cooks
Yes.
so great, and she's so funny, and she's so engaging, and she gives the best high fives. I don't want to be on camera.
She gives pretty good hugs too.
She's a very she's a very good hugger.
It's pretty good hugs.
Very good hugger. And Mike Conway's just he's just a reliable rock man. I love Mike, one of my
Yes.
best friends in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
So we had a good week last week. What was something memorable from last week for you?
Oh, from last week?
Yeah, from your Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, or Monday. Oh, I got it all in a row and all backwards, and I got
Friday,
it all
Monday,
right.
Wednesday, Tuesday.
And I
Any
say
of
that to give you a
those.
little bit of time to think about things. What's going on? Hello. It's good to
I
see you.
would say probably resetting up the merch room,
Oh yeah, for sure.
because that's always a good mental space for me to be in.
I gotcha.
When I'm just
Doing your
doing-
Tetris.
doing the Tetris inside and
Yeah.
then making it play out and making it look
Yeah,
good.
kind of envisioning it in your head and then putting it all together and
Yeah.
watching it come to fruition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, and
So-
it's a little bit of that tranquility and that peace, and it's fresh. It's
Yeah.
new. You get to set everything up new. You get just kind of squared away, and every time we do it, it's a little more evolved. Because we have to stop creating stuff, but then we keep creating stuff, and then we forget we even have stuff. I forgot about
Yeah.
that jewelry rack the entire time until you put it out there. I was like, oh yeah, that's right, we have jewelry.
Yep.
We have bracelets and we have necklaces and we have earrings, like all
Yep.
this stuff. So yeah,
I
man.
gotta make some more of the stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Eric Youngs, we need some more barbecue sauce, baby. I think we are down to our last case.
Yeah.
I think we're down to our last case. And actually, Christian Basil's getting the last case, so we're down to our last couple of bottles.
Yeah, we've got about half a case if you minus Christian's case away.
Yeah. So I think you're right, because I pulled 2 of these from the 6 that we had in there. So I think we have with these 2. This is the first one. It's got a little number 1 on the top. That'll always be the first one. That's our guy. You never get rid of that guy. Like you never get rid of your first guitar. Ever. But we do have barbecue sauce for those that are wondering, wait a minute, KitchenKillaz has barbecue sauce? We do. And it's legit KitchenKillaz barbecue sauce. Like Mira. See? Right there. What? They have their own barbecue sauce? Yes. Why? We're entrepreneurs. We're brilliant people. We're hardworking. We expound. We break out of our territories. We try new things. And we partner with some amazing people.
Yes.
We wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for Chef Eric. This idea wouldn't have come to fruition if it wasn't for Joel Vance.
Yeah.
Over at Lakeland Barbecue Company. He's the one who
started
kind of popped it into my head. You're right there. So right. Looks a little rough these days. It's taken a spill or 2.
It's back on the table where it's going to take a spill or 2.
Maybe. We had a good friend over, and she was helping us take care of the studio and take care of the house, and she messaged me right away. She's like, I am so sorry.
It only broke a little bit.
Yeah, she's like, I got the cap back on, but I broke your barbecue sauce bottle. But she's at the top. I went, that's fine. It's character. That's no problem. Who else has a barbecue bottle made of glass for the last 6 years? No one.
Nobody.
So we do have barbecue sauce if you guys are interested. We played it at the very beginning of the show. Which is pretty cool. A huge shout out to Canva. Canva lets us do all that stuff, all of our flyers and banners. Canva.com. You can go there and you can use the discount code KitchenKillaz, which is not real, but I'm trying to manifest it, to sign up. And if you sign up for an annual membership, you get 15% off. How cool is that? If you say it with confidence, hopefully Canva will hear it.
Yes.
And the world will hear it, and they'll be like,
manifest.
Oh, yeah, Canva partnership with KitchenKillaz. Yeah, that's right. Yes. Okay, let's do it. Bink, and then Canva just messages on it. We see that you're a reliable and an avid user. Thank you for being a membership. We've seen this. Your usership is great. Blah blah blah. We checked out your show. We think you guys are super cute. And you make good food. Let's be friends.
I just want to be friends.
That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We wanted barbecue sauce. That should happen.
Yep. Well, that's how most of our things come to fruition. Yeah. We're like, we want that. We want that to happen, and then it happens.
We got the Wayne Dench sponsorship a couple of years ago with our good friend Dan Bauer, and that came through Jen Hogan. That came through Jay, always cracking a Bud Light, us going #Bud Light where you at. Yep. Then all of a sudden we have a partnership with Wayne Dench. And that was super cool, and they're a Bud Light distributor. So now we still have Bud Light stuff.
So much Bud Light stuff.
But yeah, a really good week. Last week, we got a really good week coming up this week. So we have TikTok again on Thursday, and then Casey and Natalia are going to be here on Friday. I'm excited I don't even know what they're going to make. Natalia said yes right away. I messaged Casey last night, and I was like, hey, what do you guys think about this? And he was like, 100%. Now, I've also learned that husbands and wives, even if they talk, they don't always get it right. So I chatted with Natalia today. It's not always the same. So I chatted with Natalia today. I said, quick question for you. Did Casey speak to you about next Friday? And she goes, yes. At a house, or it's not at our house. It's at somebody else's house. I go, technically, yes. It is not at your house. It is at somebody else's house. He goes, oh, whose house? Or she goes, whose house? And I go, our house. And she goes, your house. Yeah, Casey said it was a house. I'm like, not wrong.
Not wrong. It is a house.
It is a house.
But it is my house.
It's our house. She goes, I'm glad you said something. I'm like, of course. Yeah, that's absolutely. So she goes, oh, I'm so excited. She's like, well, what do you think, and how many people? And I said, well, that's kind of up to you. It's not going to be too big of a show. It's nice and easy going. Maybe 10 guests.
Yeah.
And she goes, maybe an appetizer? And I go, that's great. And she goes, and a main? And an entree? And I go, love entrees.
Let's do it.
And she goes, and maybe a little bit of a dessert. And I'm like, I'm totally down for that. Yep. She goes, was that okay? I'm like, all that is great. You could just do one of those and we're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to do 3 of them? Even better.
You want to make all 3? We'll take it.
We're not going to stop you.
We'll take it.
Yeah, I've had Casey's food, outstanding, and I've had Natalia's food, outstanding. Her empanadas were amazing, and his sweet and sour chicken, which he had never made before, ever.
Wait, that was his first time making that?
He just found the ingredients in the refrigerator.
I mean, I heard you say that, but I figured they were leftover ingredients for making something like that or similar to that previously.
No, I go, where did you get this recipe? He's like, I don't know, I just made it up today. I'm like, you've never made this before? He's like, no, I have no idea. There was stuff in the refrigerator. What are we going to bring?
Oh my gosh.
He's like, I've always wanted to make something like that, but I hope it's good. I'm like, I'm going to fight you. What do you mean you hope it's good? It's
good.
fantastic. I said, bro, I didn't even, like, not only because we had some left over at the end of the day when people left. We had some left over. Not only did we enjoy the rest of the sweet and sour chicken, but the sauce that it came in itself, I was soaking like cornbread. Like Lainey left some cornbread. So I would take the cornbread and soak it in there and just let it marinate.
So good.
I put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds with that sauce and Lainey Lerner's cornbread. Get out of here. That was fantastic. I said we didn't let a drop go to waste. Not a drop.
No,
we were licking the inside of the bowl. I didn't even give it to Luke. And usually he's my plate cleaner. Like
you took care of that yourself this time.
I was Luke. By the way, you guys got to check out Minion. Just look up Minion on Facebook. He's a cute little dog. He's so funny. He's got a little umbrella.
He does have a little umbrella.
You actually can go to my Facebook right now and you can see I posted it today. I love Minion. You guys got to check it out. He's so sweet. But I always think of Luke immediately. He's a little troublemaker. Of course, he would not run around with a cute umbrella. He'd be like, "What is that?" Now Leia would, and he'd be like, "No, what is that?"
No umbrella for you.
No umbrella for you.
I don't want one. You don't get one.
You don't get one either. Nobody gets an umbrella. But that was so yeah, man. We got a good week coming up, and thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. And like Nate said, we're coming up to our anniversary show, the end of season 8. Just 2 months. We're 2 months away. So 2 months. And we've done some big ones. Last year we had all the vendors, we had the stage, we had all the performers, which was amazing. The year before that, we were at Winter Park Farmers Market Event Center, which was incredible. The year before that, our 5th year anniversary was way too big. Why we brought it to Winter Park Farmers Market, because the 5th year took us 3 or 4 days to clean up. I mean, it was awesome. Throughout the whole day,
so great, but
as I was doing counting, as I was doing counting throughout the day, there were small little groups of 10 to 15 people, and there was like 10 groups of 10 to 15 people that were different people all day throughout the entire day.
Yeah.
And when I was counting on, because it was an all-day event, not everybody that came at the beginning was here at the very, very end. They would shuffle out, they would rifle through. We were looking at over 700 people that came by. Some people just came by to say happy anniversary.
Yeah.
My man Bruce Anderson came by just to wish us happy anniversary. People come by, hey, I got something going on, but I wanted to come by and wish you guys a happy anniversary and congratulations.
Yep.
Wanted to see everything.
Come say hi.
Man, that was way too much. So we went to Winter Park Farmers Market Event Center the 6th year. That was big. And I just felt like it didn't have the human touch. The KitchenKillaz home touch.
Yeah.
So we brought it back here last year. A bunch of vendors. We did it in October. We had the stage and the lights, some really, really great musicians. And the same thing. It was here and it was nice. But it to me, it just felt like it was still missing a little bit of that like heartfelt touch. So this year for our anniversary show, for our last show, I'm thinking like the end of a season and then the beginning of a season. So we're gonna see what we can come up with. But I kind of really missed that like in the house, in the kitchen, like our first anniversary show and second anniversary show. I mean, we just packed the whole house out. It was awesome. It was at Glassboro. It was nothing crazy, but man, we brought so many loved ones together. And I think it would be really nice to do something like that this year. So it being our 8th anniversary, I mean, that's a lot of people have worked really, really hard to keep this whole thing going.
Yeah.
Right now on the ship, pulling the ropes and operating all the sails and all the rudders are Michelle and Kyle. So the 3 of us just doing everything we can, and everybody that helps us participate and move the whole thing forward. All of our hosts, all of our Patreon patrons, thank you guys so much. People like Christian, a great guy running the Legend of Traveling TARDIS, slinging some barbecue sauce. Guys like Chef Eric Young, inviting us to be part of Gasparilla, inviting us to be a part of his life as well as he's a part of our life as well. Just the collaboration in the community has been an honor to be a part of.
Definitely a blessing.
Oh man, and what fun times! I'm excited for other people that we never hear about to tell stories of this motley crew that would travel to kitchens and play music, in people's kitchens and talk about food.
That we've met in kitchens that are like 2 and 3 removed.
Yeah, true.
They'll be like, dude, I went to this party one time.
Bro, it was crazy. Yeah, there was these guys in this kitchen just singing songs and they're selling barbecue sauce. I don't know what was going on. It was weird. But we bought some barbecue sauce and we sang along. We had a great time.
We did sing along. They sing the song about Pop-Tart or something?
Right. Here we go. Billy, your call to mention, please. Pleased to announce here July 19th. Daleks are invading Melbourne. More details to come, but KK Sauce will be available. I love it. July 19th. In Melbourne, you guys can catch out Christian Basil, the Legend of Traveling TARDIS, is going to be there as well. That is a place where you can go and you can pick up some of our KitchenKillaz barbecue sauce. The only other place that you can get it is really here or in a kitchen near you.
Yep.
So we do take on some online orders. You can email us at kitchenkillaz@gmail.com. Let us know if you're looking for a bottle or two, and we'll make sure we get it out to you. Just take care of shipping and handling, the price of the bottle. And I love to work out deals. If it was up to me, I'd give everything away for free. If it wasn't for Kyle and Michelle telling me, stop. Stop. I'm just so happy people care.
You're like, oh, you can have it.
That is my payment. Yeah, that is my payment. Is like, how much do you want for this? Just care. Enjoy the sauce and share it with your friends and invite us to your kitchen.
Right.
Just to have a good time. But it's been a lot of fun. A huge shout out to, again, everybody that's made it possible. And that's crazy, Nathan. You kind of blew my mind a little bit there. 2 months away from the end of our 8th season, which was just such an interesting concept to begin with. And if it wasn't for the people that welcomed us into their kitchens, it would never be a thing.
Yeah.
So a huge shout out to all of our hosts throughout the years, all the people that have helped us and promoted us and supported us and invited us to their kitchen. And it's projects like this are just like the world. It's a revolving door. You have people that get involved and they have other things happen in their life. They have little babies, or they go back to school, or they have other things happen. So the amount of time that people spend with us, we'll love you every second. We'll welcome you with open arms, and we'll wish you the best of luck. With open arms. So we've seen some amazing people over the past 8 years come through and help us absolutely so much. We wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for the Christina Johnsons in the very beginning, who was finding herself in Facebook jail every single time we were live because she shared so damn much. So a huge shout out to everybody from the Mad Scientist, to Josh Mullis, and just everybody, the friends and family that have helped us throughout the years. So when we have the party to end season 8, it is a massive thank you to everybody that has helped us make season 8 possible. To all of our hosts and everybody that has really been a part of this and embraced us and welcomed us into their homes. An absolute massive thank you, to everybody. And we're just a couple months away. That's crazy.
Yep, just
and then we got 6 weeks off, but in the middle of that 6 weeks off, we do have a special birthday show that we're going to be putting together with Tyler Garrettson. Tyler, it's his Dirty 30. He'll be turning 30 years old.
We got to do something for him.
Oh
sure.
Yeah, 100%. So we're doing something. I think at the end of September, I think is when we figured out what was going on. Tyler Garrettson's mom's going to be here in July. She's going to be cooking up some amazing food. I'm really excited for that. So we're going to be here for a full show. But we got some great stuff coming up, and all the way to our anniversary, and even during our break, we have a show.
Because who doesn't have a teaser show in the middle of their break?
That's it. A teaser show, what she said, and it's Tyler Garrettson's 30-30, baby. So and then we're back hitting 9th season starting in October. Yep. So a huge shout out to everybody. Again, to everybody that's made this possible. I was just thinking about our cookbook too. Huge shout out to Shane Deff. Shane Deff.
All right, Dave.
Chef Dane. K.O. Durf. A huge shout out to Chef Dane Brevoort. Chef B, or Dane Richards, however you guys want to find him. If you want to find him on Facebook, you can do that. He's all over Instagram as well. Huge shout out to Chef B and Sarah and Josh for contributing. He contributed the 12 recipes to our first cookbook, which was absolutely fantastic. Super excited to have something like that. And it just goes to show you, we love to partner with people. We love to work with other people.
Yeah.
If we have the opportunity to be a right-hand man to help you succeed, we're down for that, because everybody here has helped us succeed so much, and it's just about give. It's that whole law of attraction and karmic thing.
Yeah.
Put good energy into the world and it'll come back to you tenfold. So that's what we try to do. So Nathan Druin says, I have to get to work on some special mead for Tyler's Dirty 30. Heck yeah, brother. That'd be absolutely fantastic,
that would
man.
Be amazing.
That'd be super, super cool, bro. Nathan, what a creative dude. He's like, I'm just going to make some mead. No problem.
Not a big deal.
And you know what? I'll even whittle up the cup he's going to drink it out of.
Oh, I bet he will.
He's going, I want to, like the phone sounds, I'm going to make the truck I'm going to drive over in. Fantastic.
Well, you got a few months to work on that truck.
Get going, baby. Get going. You can use gravity. So, but it was a good week last week. We have a good week coming up. So a huge shout out to you guys again for making it possible. Super excited to have Natalia and Casey, stepping in on Friday, cooking up something delicious. Of course, it's going to be delicious. What else do you have going on this week, Michelle? What's on the agenda for Michelle Hess?
I have therapy this week. I'm super excited about that.
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks.
I like how we can talk about that openly.
Yeah.
I go every other week. I see my friend Z.
It's been 3 weeks for me since I seen Shayla.
Gotcha.
But she was out of town when we were supposed to meet, so we kind of threw it off a little bit.
Sure.
But
Now
I
getting back in the
figured 3
rotation.
weeks, not a big deal.
Yeah, she's definitely my she keeps my feet on the ground,
Yes.
and helps me keep my, as Casey Kasem says, your head in the clouds, or reaching for the stars.
Yes.
So it's good balance, good
Yes, and
good
it's
good
just-
balance.
It's just good to have someone to just openly talk to.
Yeah,
not that I
without
can't
feeling like you're
openly
putting a
talk-
burden on
Yes.
somebody in your life, a friend or a
Yes.
family member, because they got their own stuff too.
Yeah.
We all got our own stuff, and yes, we're here to help each other again. But to have that person where then I don't have guilt on my shoulders for sharing with
Yes.
you and putting that weight on yours, because then that just
Yeah.
makes me feel maybe
A
I
little bit
shouldn't have done
guilty.
that. I feel bad
Yeah.
because you got so much going on. We all got so much going on.
Like,
So
how
it's
do
just
I
really
add
nice.
more to your plate when I already know that
Yeah,
you have so much
got
on
plenty.
your plate?
Yeah. Oh, of course.
And
then
then
we're
you
also
want me to talk to you about my plate? Nah, man.
My plate is plated. I'm overloaded on the plate. Yeah, so that should be good. Same. Me
Yeah.
and Z, and Z get to hang out on Wednesday, which is really good. And she's been just an absolute blessing.
Yeah.
Just an absolute blessing. Really fortunate to have people like Z, like Mike Conway, like Chris Chapman, like Nate Drew, and like Christian Basil.
Yes.
In my life. So thank you very much, guys, for being such a great pillar. Not only for KitchenKillaz, which is just an extension of myself, but my friends. So thank you guys very much. Very reliable.
Yes.
Good, reliable people that you can share with and trust, and they're not going to
I did
be
feel
like,
bad.
oh.
Nathan reached out on Friday and was like, "Can you see my messages in the feed?" I was like, "I'm not even watching the show."
Yeah, I popped in there for a little. Yeah, I popped in there for a little bit. I did see your comments, Nate. And we can address this. I'll chat with you shortly after this. But also, get back to me about the 19th of July. I know that the Daleks got their thing going on, but we got our thing going on. So I sent you a little invite. So let me know what's up.
Nathan, that is my birthday. I require you to be there.
It's what she wants for her birthday, Nathan.
July 19th is my birthday, and we're doing Rainbow River. I require you.
You're a
to
birthday
be there.
present.
Yes.
You are required, sir. It's like drafted into the army. You are hereby required to appear. It's like, what was that, a summons?
The same goes for Lisa. That she's
Lisa
getting
Wine?
the same summons.
Yeah.
It's my birthday. All I request is that you be there to be my friend.
That's all. That's as we get older, that's all we want. I want the people around me to have a good day, and I just want to see my friends. I don't need stuff.
I don't need
Yeah, I feel the same
anything,
thing.
but come see.
Yeah, I feel the same thing about Christmas. Like, I don't need stuff. I just want to know that I'm surrounded by people that I love that love me.
Yes.
That's it. Nice and simple, man. If I need stuff throughout the year, I can get it.
Yeah.
If you need something, we're adults. We can get it now. It's not like when you were a kid and you're like, oh man, I would love to have this video game. It's like, also still because of budgeting, but also like if you need to save up a couple weeks buy a video game. We're adults, so it's so I like to
That's
make
part
things.
of adulting is learning how to do that.
Is learning how to do that,
Yep.
So, but yes, you are hereby required to appear at Rainbow River on July 19th at 10 a.m., sir.
He says he'll be there.
We're actually gonna shoot for 9:30 because people are late. And 10 o'clock is when we want to check in at Rainbow River. We're usually on the water, in the water, tied. The tubes are tied. All of our lazy river tubes are ready to rock and roll. And by 11 o'clock, we're on the water. 3 o'clock, we're out. By the time we get out, we get everything broken down. We get back. It's about 4:30. That's it, man. 5 o'clock. If you guys want, sometimes we try to break off and grab some food, depending on the weather.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice, easy day. Just tubing down the Rainbow River. It's a lazy river. You literally just have to, every now and then you have to put in a little bit of effort to get us back to the center of the river.
Yes.
Because there's 24 of us.
There is a lot of us.
Last year I think we had 22 people, so there was some things, but it wasn't bad. It was a wonderful time. The weather was really great. We had a lot of fun.
Fantastic last year.
Yeah, the food is really good, and every year I go, I learn from everybody else that brings I brought this clip and this type of bottle and this type of cooler, and I brought this type of towel and this type of. I'm like, man, I just learned so much.
Yep.
There's always something. So yes, for Michelle's birthday, you are hereby required to appear. And if you don't, it's like a summons. We'll send Luke and Leia to your house, sir.
I don't think Leia will go. Luke will go.
Yeah. Leia will
Leia's
be
gonna
like, go catch up. You go. Just let me know how it goes. Message me. I'm going to sleep. So yeah, man. So that's July 19th. I created a Facebook event. Little by little, I'll be sending out invitations to everybody, get you guys involved so we can make sure it happens. All the websites and everything are up there for you guys to reserve your parking, reserve your tubes, all that good stuff. The only thing that you really have to pay for aside from your parking, which you do in advance, please, is when you get there, you just pay for your park entry. That's it. They got the tubes. They got everything. Bring your sunscreen. There's a lot of people that'll be in the event talking about things that they recommend bringing. So remember, you're going to be on the lazy river for a couple of hours. So, bring your sunscreen, bring your hats,
Absolutely,
take care of
bring
yourself,
sunscreen.
protect yourself. You want to make sure you hydrate. Bring your water bottles with a Belayers clip. You can't bring anything that's disposable. So everything has to be reusable everything. Any containers, no plastic bags, no Dorito bags, no glass bottles, no plastic bottles, nothing like that, So the rules are up there, and they're very strict. Trust me, we know. We found out last year what happens if you break the rules.
Waterproof pub sub.
Waterproof pub sub tubes. Waterproof pub sub tubes. That's a song in and of itself. Well, we've made it to our hour, folks. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. I know I talk a lot. I'm just really excited about barbecue sauce.
All right.
A huge shout out to Michelle Hess for joining me. A fantastic co-host she is. Thank you very much. Try not to occupy the conversation next time so much. My God.
I'm learning on that.
It was
I'm
good.
learning.
You're good. No, you were awesome. You were great. Check us out this Wednesday. We have a replay of our Patreon show. Thursday at 7 o'clock, I'll be live on TikTok. And Friday at 9:05, right here with Natalia and Casey Menendez. Super excited. Their food is always out of this world.
Yes.
We're going to be doing a traditional show from the kitchen, so we're going to keep the crowd small. We're looking at only about 10 guests on Friday night. So although you'll hear quite the roar, please understand it is coming from a few and very, very few powerful people with amazing lung expansion and excitement. I'm excited. Plus a barbecue sauce. Yay. We'll talk to you guys soon. By the way, before we go, we might as well go ahead and just do this thing one more time because it just looks really good, ladies and gentlemen. KitchenKillaz@gmail.com for us to crash your kitchen and pick up some barbecue sauce. We love you. We'll talk to you soon. Any final words, Michelle? Anything you want to say to the people?
Be safe and take care of each other.
That's right. Be safe and take care of each other. High five. Be safe and take care of each other and order some barbecue sauce.
I didn't listen to that voicemail. I'll tear open that letter you sent. Don't you tell your friends I want you back. I gotta leave you now and unread, because you've already said those words that switch my heart to dead from loving you. So you'll stay ghosted and I'll stay focused. I'm so enclosed. The spell stays unspoken. A dark silhouette of a marked man and broken. Right down. I didn't listen to that voicemail or TikTok that story you sent. Don't you reel me in to get me back. I'm gonna leave you now.
Take care, folks. We'll talk to you soon.